Welcome back, pure structure traders, for another market analysis for the London session and potentially into the US session. Sorry, I always wanted to do that spin around thing, so I felt like that would be pretty cool. We'll see how it looks when we look over this recording. Today we'll be going over S&P 500, gold, and also oil for you guys. Today is June 17, 2021 here in Hawaii, and will be June 18, 2021 in London. For those who like these videos, please go ahead and smash that like button. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them in here on YouTube. Again, we would love to get back to your questions and answer anything that you guys are struggling with. But before we get into these charts, just want to go over the quote of the week for you guys, which is losses are necessary as long as they are associated with a technique to help you learn from them. Definitely an amazing quote there. We're going to go ahead and keep this up for the rest of the week. That way we can keep our psychology on the right track. But with that, guys, let's go ahead and move over into these charts. We got the S&P 500 up here. We had quite a bit of movement today to the downside for the US session, and then we moved right back up from our support. You can see we got a support right there at 41.8725. There is an in-between level that I have, which is right around 4200 to 41.99, but I'm gonna leave that off. You can see we're kind of in a range right now, bouncing between 41.8725 and resistance at 42.2550. So we do want to see if the market can get into this area here and continue to give us rejection. If we can, I'm going to look for that short to come right back to that middle 4200, and then maybe sink off into those 41.8725s as support. Now, if we don't get through that level, that's going to be a main support that we look for some long opportunities. And again, in a range, you're going to sell high and buy low. Try to stay away from that middle area. You may get chopped up, but if you want that micro area, you can look for that area to trade off of. Again, 4201 to 4200 is going to be the area of support, right in that middle of the range. Now above 42.2550, we're looking for the market to try to pull back up into those 42.3850s, and then above that 42.57 as the next level of resistance. Below 41.8725, I do have my next support coming in right around 41.6975. So with that, let's go ahead and pull over a smaller chart. That way we can see the closer view here. So with S&P 500 on this smaller chart, you can see we're slowly trying to grind back up into those 42.25s. Now we stalled a little bit earlier here, right around these 42.21s. So you may see a little bit of resistance here. I do want to actually see the market get into those 42.25s though. And if we fail to get through it, I will look for a short opportunity to try to pull it back down. Now we do have some micro levels that we could see happening here, right between these 42.12s and then also 42.0925 as the last chance level for those buyers to try to hold right at that area. Now if we continue to hold that, we could try to see the market push through those 42.2550s and head on up into those 42.3850s. But again, if you're looking for the short opportunities, you want to sell high. So right around these 25.50s is going to be our opportunity to try to pull this market back down. If we get maybe a nice double top right at that area, try to pull it back down into those 42.10s, and then below that 4200, and then all the way back down to 41.8725. That's what we're going to be looking for on the short side. Long side opportunities, look for the market to try to come back into these 41.8725s and then get a nice support coming from that area to try to look for a long. Now we get underneath this 41.8725, look for the market to try to pull down into 41.6975 as the next level of support. Now if we fail to get through 41.6975, you could look for a long from there. But again, looks like you'll be fading if you try to get that long right off that area, and maybe a little bit more risky if you try to get that opportunity for the bounce and continuation from there. So if you want to continue with the trend right now, it is looking for these shorts to try to pull it back down. We'll see what actually happens as we get into 42.2550 if we do fail to get through that level. With that, let's go ahead and move over to gold here. Gold, you can see we did have movement down just like S&P 500, dropped off quite a bit. So gold, we do have resistance coming in 1787.5, and then above that 1791.2. You can see we're right at these 86.7s coming into those 87.5s. For those who are long, this is a good opportunity to take some profit there. Now, right up into those 1791 twos is going to be our last chance for those sellers to take over. We get into that level and we fail to get through it, we could look for some short opportunities. Again, you could have a closer level, 1787.5 as the resistance as well to try to pull that down. Now, if we just blow right through that, look for the market to come back, find that support at 1791, and then you can look for a long opportunity if we fail to get through 1791.2. Now, for the long opportunities underneath that level, I will be looking for the market to try to come back down into these 76.5s and fail to get through. If we fail that, we could look for a fade back up. If we can't stop there, look for the next support to come in right around these 1768.2s as the next area of support for those who like to fade this very bearish trend that we have as of right now on gold. Let's go ahead and take a look at gold on a smaller chart here for you guys. So again, as we zoom into this, we could see with gold coming right up against that level of resistance. I'm going to pull this up for you guys. So again, we are looking for this market to hit this area right here as the first area of resistance. If we double top, we could look for the market to try to come back down. Micro level for the support long is going to be somewhere around 1782.1. If we do fail to get through that level, that could be the continued long opportunity off that level to try to press through 87.5 into 1791.2. But again, ultimately, if we can't get through those 1791.2s, we are going to look for that market to come right back down from that level and then try to hit the mid mark, which is somewhere around those 82s, and then below that 76.5. Again, underneath those 76.5s, we will look out for 1768.2 as the next level of support. So we'll see what happens around this area. Now, with that, that's what we're going to be looking for gold. Let's go ahead and move over into oil for you guys, give you guys some ideas on oil. Now, for oil, we did have a support 71.63. We bounced off a couple times, but we just couldn't get back up into that resistance level of 72.84, and we started to fall off. Next level of support down 70.75, and below that we have 69.99 as another level of support as well, which we kind of bounced off and came right back up. I do have some micro levels that I'm looking at kind of right here between the 71.21s to 70.75 as the resistance right now. So if we continue to fail to get through that level, you could look for the market to try to pull down into 69.99 and then maybe make another low somewhere around these 68.98s. That's going to be the next level down for support. So we'll see if the market can give us that. Now, for those who like the long, again, if you can't get below 69.99 as the support right now, that could be your long opportunity for those who are looking for that long. But if you're not looking for that area, I like the long back above the 71.63. So if we get back above there, hold that support, then we could look for the long opportunity off that level. Let's go ahead and move over into a smaller chart here on oil, so that way you guys can see what's going on there. So pulling that over, you can see we are heading down. Do want to see this market pull itself down into these 69.99s and then look for the support to happen there. Again, if we can't get that, look for this market to get underneath that level and then pull down to the next support, 68.98 and then 68.28. For those who like that fade long off that support, those are going to be your levels to be looking for those fades off this bearish move that we have. For those who like the short continuations, again, we are going to be looking for this market to continue down to the 69.99s. Now again, get under that level. This could be another short opportunity for you guys to try to pull this market to the next level of 68.98. If not, again, you could have this micro level we have in between 71.24 if the market even gets back up to that level. For me, more of a major area of resistance could be somewhere around the 71.63s. If we reject that level and fail to get through it, we could look for a short opportunity from there. So a couple of opportunities happening here on oil, but again, my first level of interest is going to be seeing how the market reacts right here at 69.99 as the level of support. So we'll see what happens there, but that wraps it up for S&P 500, gold, and also oil. If you guys did enjoy these videos, please go ahead and smash that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. If you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them in here on YouTube. We would love to get back to you guys. If you, again, are curious to figure out how to find consistency in markets, how to find success in trading, feel free to become a member with Pure Structured Trading. Feel free to join one of our coaching, take some sessions with us. We would love to sit down, help you guys understand how to read and understand market structure and how to find consistency in trading. But with that, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here for you guys. If you guys continue to trade during the London session, make sure you guys trade well. You guys take care. Have a good night.